In this presentation, we are going to discuss the calculation or calculating the component form of a vector. Okay. Now we know that a vector can be broken down or can be, separated or can be translated or written in its component form. Okay, its horizontal movement and its vertical movement. Now, the component form of a vector is formed by subtracting the starting point from the end point. Okay. Now, it is very important to be able to translate words to symbols when it comes to mathematics. So what does it mean to subtract the starting point from the end point? So here we have a general formula. So let's call the starting point A, for example. A now would be x1, y1. Remember, a point has two coordinates, x and y. X coming first and y coming after. So the starting point A, x1, y1, let's label 1 for the first point. Okay, when you put a 1 as a sub-index, it means first. So as a first point. And the end point now is the second point. Point B, let's call it point B, x sub 2, y sub 2. Okay, so therefore, vector AB now would be equal to x2 minus x1. That would give you the horizontal movement. And y2 minus y1, that would be the vertical movement. Okay, so that's what it means to subtract the starting point from the end point. Okay, here's the starting point and you're subtracting it from the end point. x2 minus x1. x1 from x2. So you're taking out away x1 from x2. You're taking out away y1 from y2. Okay, so simply x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. So let's do that for vector AB. Let's identify the starting point. The starting point for vector AB is A. And the point now would be, the coordinates of that point would be 4, 6. 4 on the x and 6 on the y. Okay, so let's make a note of that. So the coordinates of point A, the starting point, is 4, 6. So that would be x1. x1 would be equal to 4. And y1 will be equal to 6. Okay? And similarly, B now would be the endpoint. Okay, the coordinates for the endpoint would be x2, and that would be equal to 9, y2, and that will be equal to 9, 1. Okay, so now we've got the coordinates of the starting point and the coordinates for the endpoint. Okay, when you can apply the formula. So here we're going to use Symbolab to facilitate the typing of manipulating matrix formation, because the component form of a vector is in the form of a column matrix, 2 rows and 1 column. Now we're starting with the x and then the y. So x2 minus x1, that will be 9, subtract 4. Okay, bear in mind, the vector have to move 4 units towards the right. Not 4. Let's calculate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units towards the right. So we're going to get a positive number. And how many units downwards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units downwards. But we can calculate it. y2 minus y1. y2 is 1. Subtract y1 is 6. Okay? So Component form of vector AB would be equal to five units towards the right and 5 units downwards, and that will be written in the form of a -5. Okay, so the component form of vector AB is 5, -5. So please recall, towards the right and upwards is positive, towards the left and downwards is negative. So please complete vector exercise 6. Obtain all the vectors in the above diagram. You can repeat vector AB in the component form.